You know what you want now. So why are you still living the same way you were before you figured that out? Some of you wrote things down. You said you wanted more time, more income, more peace, a business that supports your life instead of draining it. So why has nothing changed? You do not need another goal. You already have one. You don't need more motivation. You've already tried that. You are missing something else. Most people think once they get clear, everything should move faster. But clarity without structure does not free you. It pressures you. The first reason your vision still feels out of reach is this. You're trying to build something new while still operating from an old identity. And I know this one personally. I spent years in survival mode, paycheck to paycheck, robbing Peter to pay Paul. There were weeks I had to choose between paying the next bill or buying a bus pass. That's not a figure of speech. That was my average Tuesday. When I started building Myss T TV, I kept waiting until it looked better, waiting until it felt ready, waiting until someone gave me permission I was never going to get. Because the version of me that survived that season was built for one thing. Stay safe, stay small, do not risk what little you have. That version of me kept me alive, but she was not built for expansion. And every time I tried to move, she pulled me back. You might be doing the same thing right now. You want to turn your content into income, but you still treat it like a hobby. You wait until everything looks perfect before you post it. You spend more time planning than publishing. You are still asking what people from your old life would think. You're building a new life with an old blueprint. So you hesitate, you overthink, you delay. Not because you're lazy, because being small used to keep you safe. The second reason your vision feels out of reach, you are carrying too many roles to move with any real consistency. You are a builder, a partner, a parent, an employee, a caregiver, a creator. I've been a caregiver who put everyone else before me. I know what it is to pour until you're totally empty. There's nothing left and you're sitting wondering why. Your vision does not disappear because you stop caring about it. It disappears because everyone else's needs showed up first. And you let them. Because that is what you were taught love looked like. So your vision becomes the first thing to get pushed to tomorrow. You say you'll work on it after dinner, after the kids go to bed, after your next shift, after the next bill is paid, and tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes next month. The idea that has been in your head for 2 years is still just that, an idea. The Canva templates you made are sitting in a folder nobody's ever seen. The account you started twice still has 11 followers. That is not a motivation problem. That is a structure problem. It's time to pause and be honest with yourself. If you know what you want, but your life still does not reflect it, I built something to help you change that. You work too hard for a life that ignores you is where we start. This is for you if you are still in survival mode. Still saying yes to everything and everyone except yourself. We walk through exactly where you are overworking and how to realign. If you want to go deeper than that, how to stop abandoning yourself is the full work. Step-by-step prompts and frameworks to build your Pathfinder vision, not someone else's vision, yours. Both are on Gumroad under WhoCTV. Link is in the description. Come find me there. You're not doing this alone. You're not. The third reason that nothing has changed is this. You have no decision filter. So everything feels important. Everything. I've been there too. From Shopify to TikTok shops to Pinterest to Amazon, another course, another strategy, another fresh start. I have bought things I've never even opened, started things I never finished. And every single time I told myself this one is different, it wasn't. It wasn't. Because the platform was never the problem. The problem was I had no filter that told me what mattered now and what could wait. So I kept starting over instead of going deeper. And nothing got built long enough to actually pay me. So no, you're not scattered, you're not broken, you're trying to do too much without a structure that protects your focus. Personal growth is not an accident. Real change is not a vibe. It's not a post. It's not a mood board. It's daily decisions made inside a structure that supports exactly where you're going. That's what WhoCTV is built on. Lived experience and real change. Not a Netflix version of someone else's life. My actual life. So the problem is no longer, I do not know what I want. The problem has become, I know exactly what I want. I just don't know how to live in a way that supports it. Seeing the path is one thing. Walking it with consistency is another thing. Here's one thing you could do today, right now. Write down the one thing you keep saying you will do tomorrow. Not 5 things, 1. Give it 20 minutes this week, not a perfect hour, 20 real minutes. That is how you start closing the gap between what you want and how you live. Inside the products, we go further. We take what you wrote, break it into decisions, turn those decisions into weekly moves, and remove everything that's no longer pointing toward where you're going. Because clarity alone does not change your life. Structure does. If you need a hand navigating, I'm here. DM me. You're not alone in this. Look, imagination shows you what's possible. But imagination alone will not change how you spend your time, how you earn your money, or how present you feel in the life you are building. In the last video, I helped you imagine a different way to live. This one shows you why imagination alone has not changed anything. And it all leads back to these 3 things. 1, old identity. 2, many roles. And no decision filter. 3 reasons, 1 solution. Structure. WhoCTV is built from lived experience and real change. I came a long way, and it wasn't by accident. It was mindset, personal growth, daily reflections, a structure that finally fit my actual life. If you want that too, the links are in the description. I'll see you in the next one.